Hello.
Hello, everybody.
What's
Welcome to Serial Movies. I'm Darfius.
And I'm Dara.
And you're watching again
Serial
Real Movies. All right. So for this Oscar nomination, we're gonna make a review on Oscar nominees.
Yes.
So what's the movie we're gonna review today?
Yes. Okay, we're gonna kickstart our countdown season. Countdown.
Oscars countdown.
Yeah, we're gonna start our Oscars countdown with the movie called JoJo Rabbit.
Woo! JoJo Rabbit.
It's directed and written by Taikawaititi, the guy who directed Thor, and who's also going to direct the next Thor.
Not actually Thor, the Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, Thor Ragnarok. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
So, okay, anyways, it was released on 18th of October 2019 at the Toronto Film Festival. The movie was nominated for 6 categories, and that is massive. First category that they were nominated is for Best Film Editing, and then they also nominated for Best Production Design and Best Costume Design. They also are nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay by Taika Waititi, and also Best Supporting Actress for Scarlett Johansson as Rosie in the movie. The biggest award, Best Picture.
I'm actually very surprised for Best Picture nomination. I don't really thought that they're gonna be nominated for it. You know,
well, to be fair, we haven't watched the movie before the nomination, so we don't really know what the movie was about.
Yeah,
did you agree that they are now nominated?
Yes. Now that I watched it, I agree because the issue was very sensitive. I mean, I'm glad that I can see with ease. People who watch it will understand what I mean.
Well, Taika Waititi did say that the only thing for us to address such matter is through comedy, through satire. So that's what he's trying to make. So the movie is about a 10-year-old boy named Jojo living with his mother, his single mother, Rosie, which is Scarlett Johansson. And he has an imaginary friend in the form of Adolf Hitler, a childish Adolf Hitler.
Play by
Taika Waititi himself.
The director himself.
well, that is because Fox Searchlight wanted him to play.
Really?
Yeah. He don't. According to several interviews that I've watched, he had the movie since 2011, but he kind of got distracted and made 3 other movies. And
distracted?
Then, yeah,
they
because
called Thor Ragnarok a distraction.
not really, because he had no one to fund the movie, so he did talk
for
to
this
people.
One. The JoJo Rabbit has no fun.
He did talk around, ask around for people, and everyone was like, Can you imagine somebody coming up to you and say, "Hey, I'm gonna make a movie about this Nazi boy who had an imaginary friend who is Adolf Hitler." Right? So in 2017, I think, Fox Searchlight called him and said, "Hey, we want to make this movie. It's a great movie, but only in one condition, that you, Taika Waititi, played Adolf Hitler."
Interesting, but because I think he really pulled it off.
Yeah. Anyways, it's a great choice because if he picks someone famous to play the character, the spotlight will be on the character, on the actor himself, and not the story or what the movie is about, right?
True.
Yeah. So, anyways, the movie continues, and when the boy Jojo realized that his mother kept hid a Jewish girl on their attic, so he's like, "Mom, you're not Nazi enough."
Yeah, because like the movie, the kid was very fanatic, right?
Yeah, he's very fanatic because he's a child and he has been exposed to the ideology since he was a kid, since he was a little boy.
It's funny because like when you watch movie, it's like when you see it in real life, you know, the kid, like his idol was Superman, you know, he makes Adolf Hitler like Superman, you know, like the way he amazed to the character. I mean, his hero. The way he portrayed is Adolf Hitler. The way he portrayed, he's very amazed by the guy. He believes anything he said. It's like a small kids movie, but but it's Adolf Hitler. So that's why I say it was really cool.
So anyway, he got his name JoJo Rabbit because he refused to kill a rabbit when he was in a Nazi camp. It's a little Nazi camp.
Even I couldn't do that. They want to snap the neck of a rabbit.
So he couldn't do it, and everyone started mocking him by calling him Rabbit, JoJo Rabbit, blah 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 blah. And the story revolves around this kid, how he perceives the war, how he sees the adults around him and all. Yeah. So moving on for actor's performance.
Right.
So for actor's performance, what do you think about the actor's performance?
So acting performance wise, I really like the Roman Davis Jr. The name of the real name of JoJo. You know, I mean Roman Davis.
Roman Griffin.
Roman Griffin, is it?
Roman Griffin Davis.
All right, Roman Griffin Davis. All right, so yeah, I think I really amazed by how how professional he was, even though he's very young.
Yeah.
I mean, he played the character. I mean, a few times I heard when we watched it, and she said they talk like an adult.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, he did talk like that even in real life.
Really?
I've watched some of the interviews, and he's very mature, I would say.
Yes.
He understands things, and he used such quite a big word for a child.
True.
For a 10-year-old, yeah.
I didn't really do a thorough background check on the kid, but I'm guessing he was a very good theater student.
And this is his first movie, because he said in one of the things like, "Oh, this is the only thing I read."
Oh, really? Yeah. So yeah, my point is like JoJo really pulled it off playing as the kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like. Okay, personally, I don't like watching kids movie. I don't like watching movie that portrays kid as the main character. I mean, sometimes they be too draggy, sometimes they be too over dramatic, But for him, I don't feel cringy when I'm watching it. So yeah, I think it's a good job from him.
Yeah, I find it very cute with his friend. What's his friend? Yorkie.
Yorkie, yeah, I love Yorkie as well. I mean, he joins the soldier, not like JoJo. JoJo didn't even make it.
JoJo got disqualified because he
Blow himself up.
he blew himself up
Yeah.
in the camp, and his best friend gets to be enlisted, and he's like, this is not a good time to be a Nazi.
It's funny, but the story is actually very bad, because they
It's very
enlisted
dark.
the kid.
Yeah.
Well, it's like he's like 10 years old. They
Yeah.
already recruit them as a soldier.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and another one, of course, I like Scarlett Johansson very much. I mean, for acting performance, I think for me the strongest one is between the two. We do have Sam Rockwell, but Sam Rockwell just being more like himself. I've seen in a few movies seen in a few of his movies that he acting about the same. Having Misery.
I know 3 Billboard in Having Misery.
Yeah, I mean,
Having
but that's
Misery.
for me. So
Okay.
I think like Scarlett Johansson, I think she's being a really sweet mom. I mean, I've dreamed for such kind of mom. Yeah, I mean it's in the movie, right? So I
I'm
think
calling your mom now.
yeah. Okay, I like his son is very fanatic to the war, but she treated him as kids. I mean, like she doesn't really follow like the Nazi. They want the kids to be grown-ups, but she treat her kids like a kid. So yeah, I think Scarlett Johansson really pulled it off. What about you? What do you think about the acting performance?
Scarlett Johansson being a sweet mama bear, and I don't know, I like it because it's funny, We had a conversation before that it's a reflection of the director's life himself, I guess if you have seen any of the interviews, Taika always praise his mom because his mom is also a single mom, and so I guess that's how the character come along, and he told Scarlett Johansson like to be this kind of mom in the movie, just like his mom. So it's pretty cute. And Sam Rockwell is very, very funny. We also have what's that guy? Stephen Merchant, Heil Hitler. And also Roman Griffin Davis. I think he's a very promising young actor. So I kind of hope to see him in the future when he's grown.
He looks very cartoonish in the movie. I mean, the way he dresses, his hairstyle, his eyes.
That's
Maybe
why
because
the
the kid
movie
is
is
cute.
also nominated in costume design.
Yeah, costume design. I mean, the kid doesn't look real. I mean, it looks like a cartoon if you see it from far away. And say, oh, it's not a cartoon.
Yeah. Also, I remember one of the scenes that Rosie, Scarlett Johansson's character, actually had a matching pajama with his kid, with her kid, and that is very, very cute. So how do we feel about it? I feel happy. I feel happy, and I don't know, it goes on to me as a very light movie. However, the underlying issue in the movie is very, very dark. It takes you away from darkness of war, so and it gives you this bright, colorful, and cheerful movie. Yeah, it makes me feel good. I felt happy even though some scenes are very, very sad, and yeah.
So most of the time I feel I laugh, like because of the movie, because the joke is like very wrong. The education system in the movie and the way they treat the kid, how they want to ruin their brains, and like they make these Jewish people more like an alien, not even like a person. And like there's one scene where the JoJo interviews with the Jewish girl. He asks Elsa. And like she asked them, I want you to tell me everything, including where your queen Jew lay their eggs. Like they thought they were like not a human, like you, some kind of alien species. So I think, yeah, it's funny, but it's also wrong. So that's why I said like the movie was very cool, the way they make it. Like all this thing that they say was wrong, but when we hear it, oh, it's a joke. Alright, so also I like the kid as the main actor, because the kid presence make the movie very light, even though everything was very real. I mean, they die for real in the movie. I mean, those shooting scene was real, the war is real. I mean, the hatred on the Jew was real. But the kids present, because we see it through the eyes of the kids, or maybe we through it to the kids' life, so the movie become very light and easy to watch. So yeah, I'm very happy to watch a movie that is with a sensitive issue but can be presented in a very light way.
Some notable scenes for you?
For me, I love the campsite. The earlier of the story, when they go to the camp where they train this kid to be a Nazi lover, like Nazi soldiers. I mean, it was very funny there as well. The song doesn't match the scene. Like it's a very happy song, but everybody was shooting, throwing bombs, or with a knife or anything. So yeah, I think it's crazy scene, but it was nice. And also, my favorite scene, the one I think when Sam Rockwell, his character, he saved JoJo in the end when the American won. Like he made the courtesy of lying, like made the JoJo was actually a Jew kid. Like his acting was nice. I think I like the sacrifice that Sam Rockwell made in that scene, so I really love that scene so much.
Okay.
How about you?
So for me, there's two notable scenes. For me, probably just one, that argument JoJo had with Adolf Hitler, his imaginary friend, when he started to feel sorry or sympathize with Elsa, the Jewish girl, and that in that scene where in the end Adolf Hitler kicks the chair like a child, a childish version of Adolf Hitler kicks the chair, and I feel like, oh, it's so cute, because technically he is an imaginary friend of a kid, so he had to act like a kid too, because this is a projection from a child's mind. And also my favorite season had to be when JoJo found out that his mother is dead. That scene was actually heartbreaking, but that is the only time I think in the movie that the scenes are not vibrant. The whole movie we have a vibrant scene, all very colorful, very bright and all, but that scene everything becomes dark. It shows his emotion, and it's actually very scary to have a child.
I'm really angry because I caught by surprise on that scene.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's very funny movie, and then suddenly it shows the mom is dead. Yeah, I mean I caught by surprise. What?
Actually, you were surprised because Scarlett Jo is now not in the movie anymore, right?
Also, yes. I want more of Mommy Scarlett.
Okay, anyways, shall move on to seriously.
So it's time for seriously. Let's go. Seriously, JoJo Rabbit. Elsa refers to Hitler as pathetic little man who can't even grow a full mustache. In real life, Hitler actually had a full mustache until World War I. Because the mustache didn't fit into the gas mask, he had to cut it, which became his famous mustache. The closing song is David Bowie's Heroes, which is about two lovers separated by the Berlin Wall. Taika Waititi said that in the scene when the Gestapo come to JoJo's house, Heil Hitler is said 31 times in 1 minute. He wanted a funny moment and also wanted to illustrate how ridiculous and unnecessary Nazi protocols were.
Heil Hitler! Allow me to introduce myself. I am Captain Hermann Dietz of the Falkenhayn Gestapo. With me, Herr Muller, Herr Juncker, Herr Klum, and Herr Forsch. May we come in? Thank you so much. Heil Hitler!
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 Heil Hitler! JoJo! Hey, guys! Good to see you. My bicycle got a flat tire, so I carried it.
Captain Klinsendorf. Heil Hitler.
Hi, Hitler!
Heil Hitler.
Hi, Hitler!
Heil Hitler.
Hi, Hitler!
Heil Hitler.
Hi, Hitler!
Heil Hitler.
Hi, Hitler! You know Freddy Finkel?
Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler. Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler.
So, did I miss anything?
Alright,
We're
welcome back.
Okay, so for
That was
now,
some heavy duty info. So moving on to the serial meter, my favorite.
so serial meter for storyline, we're giving out 88%
Yay.
because I mean this story was very strong. So
Okay.
yeah, they deserve the marks. How about you?
Okay, anyways, for actors' performance, we gave them 83%.
Ooh, 83%.
I really hope to see Roman Davies in the future because I feel like he's very promising. He had a good talent.
So how do we feel of it? We both love it. So the marks are 98%. Yeah, because we love it so much, but nothing is perfect. So 98%. Here you go for that.
Yay! So for serial meter for JoJo Rabbit, we gave them a total of 89%.
So 89%. So I think you
Yay.
guys, lastly, I think you guys should really watch this movie.
Yeah, it's worthy.
is
It's worthy of watching. And also, I agree for it to be in the nomination of Best Pictures among other movies too. So yes. So don't forget that the Oscars are on its way, and we are doing a special countdown by reviewing some movies that are nominated.
These are one of it.
Yeah, this is one of it. And don't forget to catch our next video, and if you like this video, or even if you don't, just hit the like button and subscribe to us and comment on whatever it is. Follow our social media too, and yeah, see you guys next time.
Adios, amigos. Uno buenos.